AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
If you've ever lain in bed at night staring at the ceiling, mentally replaying every awkward thing you've ever said since 1998, and if you're me, there have been quite a few, you are in the right place. If your brain loves to pull you aside at 2 a.m. for a quick chat about your taxes or your job performance, or whether that weird noise is the fridge dying or destiny calling, then welcome. On this episode, we're going to talk about the anxiety that makes your brain feel like a late night AM radio station, full of static and noise and that one host who refuses to wrap up their segment. I'm Jay, and this is Somnilopod. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am so glad that you're joining me, and I hope that you enjoy our topic today. It's something that I think just about all of us have experienced at one time or another. And if you have done those things that I mentioned in the intro, and you just lay there and you think, what is wrong with me? Well, my friend, I have been there, and you are absolutely not broken. Nighttime anxiety is one of the most common and often least talked about disruptors of sleep. It's sneaky, it's stubborn, and it loves to show up exactly when you want it least. But here's the important part. Anxiety-driven insomnia is incredibly normal. It's incredibly human, and it's incredibly changeable. We're going to talk about the anxiety that makes your brain feel like that late night AM radio station. Now, why does anxiety get louder at night? During the day, you've got distractions, work, errands, kids, conversations, Facebook rabbit holes, and whatever your dog is barking at outside. Your brain is busy managing life. But at night, the lights dim, the activity slows, and suddenly, there's nothing standing between you and the internal narrator who loves to monologue. And there are really two key things happening. When external noise goes down, internal noise goes up. It's a feature of the brain. It's not a flaw. The nervous system finally downshifts, but it doesn't really know how to finish that job. Ideally, your sympathetic nervous system, that's your fight or flight gear, it should start calming as you slide into rest and digest at night. But for many people, that downshift hits a pothole. Instead of relaxing, your body misfires into, hey, are we sure everything is okay? And that's why your heart starts thumping when you lay down. Not because something's wrong, but because your system isn't sure how to settle. And here's the pattern that many people fall into. And I'm sure that you have done this yourself. I know I have. You worry, you can't sleep. You can't sleep, you worry more. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Your brain eventually learns that when you lay down at night to go to bed, it's worry time. And this is because it's a conditioned response, kind of like Pavlov's dogs in that classical conditioning experiment. And believe me, there were many, many of those dogs. Except instead of drooling at the bell, your brain fires up the anxiety playlist the second your head hits that pillow. This is changeable, by the way. Conditioned habits can be unconditioned. But first, we need to understand one big thing. At night, your brain is not giving you productive, problem-solving thoughts. It's giving you counterfeit worry. Counterfeit worry feels urgent, but accomplishes nothing. Its job is not to help you fix your life. Its job is to keep your brain awake just in case there's danger. And this goes back to ancient survival biology. Darkness used to be full of threats. And today, things are much safer, but your brain doesn't know that. And it thinks the nighttime threat is remembering that embarrassing thing you said in Chili's in 2004. When you understand that the worry is counterfeit, you can stop treating it like truth. And that can start to change everything. Your body isn't trying to punish you. It's really trying to protect you. Anxiety before sleep is the nervous system saying, before we rest, let's double check the perimeter. But the perimeter is fine. You're safe. Your system just needs help remembering that. This is when gentle, real-world tools make a huge difference. Not perfection, not a 37-step nighttime routine, although a nighttime routine is good for you. It does not have to be 37 steps. Just simple, doable steps that help retrain your body and your brain. And here are some of the things you can do. These tools have been taught in clinics and therapy sessions for years, and they've done a lot towards helping real people living their real lives dealing with that real anxiety. Name the worry for what it is. It's counterfeit. Say in your head, this is nighttime anxiety talking. I don't have to solve this right now. I can deal with this tomorrow. And this simple label, calling it what it is, helps to reduce its power over you. If that doesn't give you any relief, keep a worry pad on your nightstand. Write it down and tell your brain tomorrow, Jay, you can handle this then. Tonight, you can't do anything about it. And eventually, your brain comes to believe you. One other thing that I know I often find myself doing is clenching up when I lay down. Just feeling my muscles get tighter and tighter. There's an early on episode on how to sort of relax a little bit easier. Some of the things that you can do is just do a really quick body check. Unclench your jaw. Focus on your neck and your shoulders. Relax those muscles. Once you begin to feel the difference between the tension and the relaxation portion of the loop begins to be a little bit easier. And sometimes for some of us, a breathing exercise really can help. What it does, it helps your vagus nerve, which is part of the nervous system that has to do with arousal. It helps it dial down. So breathing in for 4 seconds and then breathing out for 6 seconds can really help. That's the cue, that breathing out for longer than you inhale, that helps retrain your vagus nerve and gives it the cue that it needs to know that it can dial that arousal down. And don't do this forever. Don't lay in bed constantly thinking, okay, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this, try this trick, try that trick. If you're having to do that, get up, get out of bed. Even if it's just for a few minutes, keep the lights low. That's good sleep hygiene. Do something boring and calming, but give your brain the opportunity to sort of reset that association with bedtime and worry. And finally, be compassionate. Give yourself a break. Nothing spikes anxiety faster than telling yourself, I have to fall asleep right now. Try instead of telling yourself, I have to fall asleep right now, try telling yourself, resting counts too. And this alone has helped thousands of people. Finally, if your brain loves to hold those late night committee meetings, you really are not alone. You're not failing, and you're not stuck. Anxiety-driven insomnia is a loop, but loops can be broken. Tonight, instead of fighting your brain, try working with it. Name the counterfeit worries. Interrupt that loop. Offer your system a little compassion. Small steps, big reactions. And remember, sleep isn't perfection, it's practice. Experiment gently, adjust slowly, and come back here for more wisdom like this in the future. And I hope that this has been helpful for you. It really has for me. A lot of these things I've been trying for years. For the most time, for the most part, I'm able to get to sleep fairly easily. But sometimes when that anxiety hits and that insomnia starts, it can be just a bear. So hopefully this will help you. If you have any questions or comments for future episodes, suggestions, things like that, hit me up. You can reach me at jay@somnilopod.com. You can also touch base with me on the socials, Facebook and Instagram. And until we talk again, please remember to make sleep a priority. Thanks so much.